You know, the big sleeper is gonna be Atlanta, the Falcons.
Really?
Big sleeper, yeah. You know, because a lot of people were scared of them because they said that their defense was like not good or whatever. But they drafted like two like really good. I think one linebacker and one cornerback, like really good cornerback. So they kind of shored up their defense a little bit, which I know like everyone's like mad at them because they drafted Michael Penix Jr.
Uh-huh.
But
I'm not gonna lie, I don't disagree with that.
I mean, I don't either, to be honest with you, because I mean, you never know. Like, I mean, Kirk Cousins might just, you know what I mean, get another injury. You never know, right? So if that happens, they might have a struggling year, but I think Michael Penix is like a pretty decent quarterback.
I had one of my boys. He when Jordan Love got drafted, he went on a raging rant about it. I'm like, dude, it's the right move. It's the right move. I'm like, it's the right, because at the end of the day, it's like, I think that if you draft and you develop the quarterback, usually in most cases it always works out. And in this case, for the Green Bay Packers, it's like a transition. And like I said, Aaron Rodgers was just a product of that offense. That's just my opinion, because Jordan Love came in and he's doing great.
We can agree to disagree, but then
You know, I tell you what, you guys might get mad at me at this, but I think the Packers are a better team than the Texans.
I can.
You know what I mean? I think Jordan Love's better than CJ Stroud right now.
okay.
Hey, you know what? I don't dislike that take, because hey, listen, you can ask my brother. I've always liked Jordan Love. Even when he was drafted, I said, dude, when Dara was raging, I said, dude, I would take Jordan Love over any receiver.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's very fair.
I don't care. I remember like my boy raged for 3 years that they should have taken a receiver. I'm like, they should have taken a quarterback.
Yeah. I think it's like people who play the short term, like, oh, they could have got one more Super Bowl, versus if you get another quarterback, you can get 3 more Super Bowls in the time. That's like the different mindset. Because like, that's like, not to switch sports, but like with basketball, some people, they'll trade away their entire future just for one championship, versus like in football, I guess the Packers were like, you know what, we'll spend this first round pick on a quarterback so we could possibly get, 10 more years of good quarterback play and 10 more possibilities at Super Bowls.
Sometimes if you take a first round quarterback and you put him behind like a veteran, it ends up being the right pick.
Because that's why you like the Atlanta thing.
I honestly think that Kirk Cousins is not going to be there for that. Like I think Atlanta, like with Kirk Cousins, I think they have a potential to do well. I don't know how well, but I think Kirk Cousins is always the type of guy who always can get you to at least 500. He's that prototypical 500 type quarterback. But with Penix, bro, if that man gets right, that man can.
That's true.
That man can ball.
That's true.
I don't know about Kyle Pitts though. I've been seeing some videos talking about Kyle Pitts. Do you like Kyle Pitts?
If he does not do well this year, he's a bust.
That's fair.
You know, like for Penix, like it's interesting because like not a lot of receivers are like used to the left-handed spiral. You know what I mean? So that's why it's gonna be interesting to see.
That's a very good point.
Yeah. So we'll see, because you see a lot of like drop balls, like when they're like whatever, but he puts that like left, and if you see his balls, trust me, those are darts. Right? Those are darts. Number one, and number two, it's a left-handed spiral.
Yeah.
So I typically, if you ever like catch footballs and stuff, like you're never like perfect right in the center. It's always like you're looking for this hand, and then you're gonna like set it with this hand, right? But you kind of have to do the opposite.
Yeah.
So like, it's gonna be interesting. So I think he might have a slower start, but when the Falcons get right, I mean, they got Bijan Robinson, right? In my opinion, I think he's a top 5 running back in the league right now, even though he didn't like perform super.
Talent-wise.